This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're all having a wonderful week so far. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. Something's different today.
Yes. I have my glasses on today. I have to have them on the rest of the week. Accidentally scratched my eye when I was taking my contacts out the other night. So stings a little bit, burns a little bit, but we're going to see if the glasses will work.
I only have one question. What time is the library open? Let's get to the forecast now. The first alert forecast from meteorologist John Scalzi.
Good look. You look like the girl in the owl commercial. You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean.
I know. You'll have to show me.
No, it's good stuff. We have across the region right now some pretty quiet conditions. We have a lot of sunshine in store for you as dawn breaks on the Suncoast, but currently just a few fair weather clouds kind of lingering from earlier activity. Over on the other coast, actually, the East Coast, where some of the storm clouds kind of were blown back in this direction late in the day. Titan radar not showing a drop of rain around it. It'll be a dry start once again. We do have a chance at a shower or two during the early afternoon. Otherwise, rain chances minimal today. We'll have a complete forecast in a minute.
All right, John, now checking first alert traffic on this morning. We've got some activity already on 301 in both directions out of Bradenton towards Sarasota County. Checking farther south now on the maps into Sarasota County. Not much to report. A little blip there on the bayfront by the sailor and nurse statue. Otherwise pretty clear. And our South County map reveals not a thing at 5:02 on this Wednesday morning.
Topping our news this hour, with schools back in session across the Suncoast, violence and bullying can unfortunately be a part of the new year, with reported attacks happening each day across the country.
Suncoast students are learning how to fight back against bullies before it gets out of hand. Let's go live now to Jess Dowdrick on Fruitville Road at Clark's Self-Defense with more on this story. Jess?
Good morning, Jacqueline and Ray. Believe it or not, kids are learning the same self-defense techniques that adults are. That way, if there are any issues walking to school, on the playground, or wherever they may be, they know how to defend themselves. Throughout the morning today, I'm going to introduce you to 4 different self-defense moves that these kids are learning. Take a look. This is the first one. This move is called the rear choke. Now, as you watch, you see the attacker ambush the victim from behind, putting his arm around her throat and attempting to choke her. To defend herself, the victim puts her hand on her attacker's arm to protect her windpipe, pulling down on them. Then the victim traps the attacker's legs with hers, locking him in place, allowing her to force the man to the ground, give him a quick stomp, and then runs for help.
We try to help them learn techniques in role playing and drills so they're comfortable, so when the situation does happen, they'll be able to muscle memorize and say, all right, I've seen that before.
Clark says that the self-defense moves also build a lot of confidence in the kids. Of course, we couldn't get any students to provide a demonstration for us because they are all back in school, but coming up again at 5:30, we'll show you a different move that these kids are learning to defend themselves. For now, live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you so much, Jess. In other school news, many Suncoast teachers are paying out of pocket to have their classrooms ready for students.
While they do receive some money from school districts, they often find themselves shelling out big bucks. We sat down with some teachers here on the Suncoast to find out more about that ongoing challenge.
It takes money out of the teacher's pocket, and they do it because they love the children.
Imagine having to pay hundreds of dollars of your own money just to get your job done. Gabrielle O'Berry, school counselor at Garden Elementary in Venice, says that's what many teachers do to provide classroom essentials for their students.
If you talk to any teacher, you're going to hear I spend an extra $500 up to usually $1,000 per school year to really build their classroom and find those essential learning tools that enhance their teaching.
According to a 2013-14 study by the National School Supply and Equipment Association, 92% of teachers nationwide spend their own money on school supplies, adding up to $1.6 billion out of pocket. While there is some help from the Sarasota County School District, parent organizations, and the community, O'Berry and teachers alike say paying out of pocket is a selfless act.
Without all of these sources, you know, it would be difficult to really fully be able to provide all the things that children need today in our 21st century classrooms.
One Garden Elementary teacher says on top of the basic office and classroom supplies, they also have to keep students excited about learning.
Subscriptions to educational websites to help motivate the students in the classroom. I've purchased additional classroom incentives. So when they're working really hard in the classroom and they're doing well behaviorally, there's just that extra incentive to help them work towards.
And for parents, they see the struggles their kids' teachers are facing.
I feel really bad that it's gotten to the point where teachers are spending their own money, because we all know teachers are not getting paid enough. However, we can all do our part to help. And so we always buy that extra box of pencils, that extra composition book.
Despite the financial obstacles ahead, neither teacher is complaining, saying they love what they do.
Whatever they can do to make sure those children get the education that they deserve.
We really want the best for our children. We love them. We want to see them actively engaged in learning, having fun, and just looking forward to coming to school.
Well, they told me nearly $500 to $1,000 each school year out of pocket, just getting school supplies, incentives, little treats for the kids to keep them excited about learning. So, yeah.
I guess it's a tax deduction.
Yeah.
Business
What?
expense.
You know, that's a good question. I would assume so.
All right, 5:06 now on your Wednesday morning.
New details this morning as President Donald Trump's remarks now getting mixed reaction from local leaders in both parties.
The president said both sides are to blame for the clashes last weekend between white nationalists and counter-protesters in Charlottesville. The president said one group was marching quietly until the other group got involved. In the end, one person was killed after a car drove into a crowd. The president also criticized the movement to remove Confederate statues, wondering if next week they'd be pulling down George Washington or Thomas Jefferson. We have reaction now from both sides.
Disbelief. You know, there is no moral equivalency between a side that stands for racism and hate and a side that opposes it. Those are not morally equivalent.
It's unfortunate that the episode this past weekend erupted into violence, and I do think both sides, even the local police chief, said that both sides kind of spurred on that violence.
For more reaction on President Trump's remarks, you can log onto our website at mysuncoast.com. And hate groups are actually growing across the country. Some are found right here on the Suncoast as well. The Southern Poverty Law Center keeps track of hate groups across the country. They say Florida ranks second nationwide with 60 active hate groups. California is top, so they're also the most populous state. Here on the Suncoast, the SPLC shows there are several hate groups, including an anti-Muslim group in Venice, a white nationalist group based in Lakewood Ranch, and the KKK to the east in Wauchula. Nationwide, they say there are more than 900 hate groups, 133 more than in 2014.
New information this morning for dogs waiting to find their forever homes on the Suncoast. They will now be getting a nicer, bigger, and cooler waiting room. Adoptable dogs at the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office Animal Services can now enjoy dips in their dog bone-shaped pool. The pool is just one of many renovations recently completed at the facility on Bee Ridge Road. The dogs' yard areas have also been revamped by adding new turf, grass, fencing, canopies, lighting, and fans. There are also new watering stations where the dogs can get water and be easily hosed off. The renovations cost just over $275,000. The Sheriff's Office hopes the new pen areas will lead to new adoptions.
As far as the amount of dogs we have available, we're probably in the 25 range right now. We have room for about 30 to 33 dogs. But basically, you know, we hope to see an increase, which we already have. So with the new renovations, we would hope that would even increase.
If you're thinking of adopting a dog and adding it to your family, right now the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office Animal Services is offering a deal, just $20 to adopt a dog or a cat.
Funeral services are now set for the longtime Chamber of Commerce president in Venice, who passed away last weekend. John Ryan's sudden death sent shockwaves through the business community. For 20 years, Ryan led Venice's Chamber of Commerce. He helped implement programs to help up-and-coming entrepreneurs and also business owners find their way.
We joke around that he's watching us right now with a beer in his hand, and he's like, keep going. Like, don't stop all the progress that we've made.
Ryan's funeral is set for Saturday at St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Venice.
A warning for residents on the Suncoast this morning. A rabies alert has been issued after a reported rabies case in Charlotte County. According to the Florida Department of Health in Charlotte County, a rabid bat was found in someone's yard and 2 people were exposed. Rabies is spread when an animal is sick and transmits the virus through its saliva. If you see an animal acting strangely or if you're scratched or bitten by an unknown animal, you should report it to animal control.
Work is now underway on a $2 million pedestrian bridge over Laurel Road in South Sarasota County. The bridge is part of the Legacy Trail, which goes from downtown Sarasota all the way to Venice. Users of the trail were concerned about the heavy traffic on Laurel Road. Work was supposed to start over a year ago, but was delayed after it was found there were several important water pipes under the work area. But those problems are now solved and work has begun. It should be done in about 12 months.
The first Florida team to win a national water skiing title is back on the Suncoast from the championships in Illinois. The Sarasota Ski-A-Rees team won the Division I championship with their Star Wars The Ski-Qual show. The 86-member show features 225 skis. The team beat out 15 other clubs, mostly from the upper Midwest. Now, we talked with 2 of the performers about their big win.
Quite an exhilarating feeling because we went up there and were in no way expected to win it all. So to go up there after a 20-year hiatus and to come away national champions was quite the experience.
It was something really surreal. When I first joined the club, it was probably 2009, and we were just a local rinky-dink club that had the audacity to put an inboard in saltwater. 8 years later, we went from that to being the #1 team in the country, breaking world records, shattering team points. It was really quite an amazing feeling.
Well, you can catch their public performances for 5 weeks, starting in Sunday on September 24th at 2 p.m. right behind Moat Marine Lab in Sarasota.
Yeah, that is a must-see if you live in the area. It's a free performance on those Sundays. They do take donations, but when they went to Illinois for this performance, they took up docks and boats, and hundreds of skis. Quite an undertaking.
Expensive, quite an expensive undertaking. They need a lot of support to do what they do. And it's fantastic. Yeah, I met one of the girls yesterday. She was in for a noon interview, and clearly they're all so passionate about what they do. Yeah. It's very, very exciting.
It's a bit of a family atmosphere. They really love it, love each other.
Sure.
Nice to have them on the Suncoast. Changing weather over the next several days, we'll talk about in a second.
All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your Suncoast First Alert traffic, and our Linda Carson introduces us to this week's amazing Suncoast woman and her long-standing devotion in the fight against cancer.
And next half hour, more reaction to the president's comments about who started the conflict last weekend in Charlottesville. That story at 5:33.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabein.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Attention! Royal Seas Cruises has just announced their deal of the day, a $99 Caribbean cruise for 2 people. This amazing cruise deal to the Bahamas is only available to the first 500 callers who register in your area today. So get ready to write down this number and act fast. We know that the best type of traveler is a repeat guest, so we're offering this $99 Caribbean cruise to prove it. That's $99 per couple, including your stateroom, all your delicious meals, full spa, live entertainment, 3 kids clubs, and more. Come see why we were voted one of the top 10 best overall cruises by Cruise Critic. We're so sure you'll enjoy yourself and become a repeat customer that you're getting this deal of the day for the unbelievable low price of just $99 per couple. But you've got to act fast. Pick up the phone and be one of the first 500 callers to take the Caribbean cruise of a lifetime for just $99 per couple. Call right now or log on to royalcruisenow.com.
Call 800-906-0489. First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
This picture's hit into my Facebook page, John Scalzi, ABC 7, of a sunrise viewer, a loyal sunrise viewer who took a picture of a sunrise over Siesta Key. She is actually a Siesta Key native. Jan Kathy Pritchard, appreciate that. Your daughter actually sent this photo in for you, but said you would be watching. So it's nice to have your support, and certainly an excellent picture. Sunrises, love them. They're so pretty. Look at there. And there's the moon kind of peeking over the horizon just below the sunrise shot. Sunrise text. Temperature currently 79 degrees. Dew point value coming in at 75. We've got some fairly clear skies out there, a little bit of fair weather clouds, and winds are out of the east-southeast right now, but they'll be switching back around to the west as we head into the afternoon. 77 in Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, 78 in Perry, 77 in Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch coming in at 78 degrees, 78 degrees in Northport, 80 degrees in Venice, and in Inglewood, and Longboat Key coming in at 81. Across the region, didn't get a lot of rainfall yesterday, but they did over on the other coast. Got some pretty big thunder boomers. We have one shower located again about where it was yesterday, down around the Naples area, a little bit further south. That will really not be a player in our weather this morning. Our morning commute should be absolutely rain-free. There's a slightest little chance of an isolated shower along the coast, but boy, I'll tell you, that would be kind of the outlier, because basically we're looking at dry weather right straight until probably around the noontime hour, when we may pick up a shower or two close to the coast. But afterwards, it's all about inland again, and there's even inland only a slight chance of a shower later today. This dry air is still just locked in across the center part of the state. That's this tan contour. Looked like it might have been eroding away for a little while tomorrow, and then another kind of slug of that drier air moved right in. And now, one of the reasons for this dry air is Gert, a strengthening hurricane off the Atlantic coast. As Gert continues to pull away from the state of Florida, that dry air will start to be replaced by a little bit more moisture, particularly as our winds start to shift a little more easterly. And so, consequently, our chances for rainfall will be going up. Not a lot of cloud cover anywhere you look. There'll be plenty of sunshine around today and some very warm temperatures. Gert continues to move away from the state of Florida. High pressure builds south. We look for an easterly wind to develop and showers along the other coast. Very similar to what we saw yesterday. Dry, with only isolated showers, lots of sunshine, and a very active tropics, which we'll talk about later. Looking at temperatures across the region, generally speaking, warm in the low 90s with better rain chances next week. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning, looks like it is pretty quiet throughout Manatee County. Not a whole lot going on. The bridges are looking good. Some slowdowns on State Road 70, also 41 heading towards Cortez Road. I-75 looking good as we head into Sarasota County. Pretty quiet throughout that area as well. A little slowdowns on towards the Bayfront. Other than that, 41 heading south into South County, pretty quiet. Just our normal slowdowns at 519 on your Wednesday morning. Well, Cynthia Dunlap has devoted a lot of her time to the American Cancer Society, but now she's moving on.
Our Linda Carson profiles this amazing Suncoast woman.
After 20 years of heading up the local division of the American Cancer Society, Cynthia Dunlap is leaving. Friends, co-workers, and volunteers gathered on her last day to wish her well. Cynthia hopes to find a job near her family.
Originally, I'm from New Brunswick, Canada, and my family is a blended family of 6 and 3. And when my mom married my stepdad, we moved to Philadelphia.
She graduated from the University of Richmond.
First job out of college was I moved to Boston and was working in a restaurant while looking for a job in nonprofit. And just quickly got sort of sucked into the restaurant environment, became an assistant general manager and then a general manager, and ran that for 13 years.
Her husband's elderly parents were in Sarasota, so they moved here, then visited her parents.
We went back up for their 25th anniversary, came back down here. My mom called and said, Dad has cancer.
He died a few days later. She returned to help her mom.
I was helping her get her things in order, and the American Cancer Society called our house in Sarasota, and then they called me up in Canada and said, we'd like you to come in for an interview.
A few years later, cancer struck her husband, Scott. At first, they thought he had a cold.
It lasted for probably about 6 weeks, and then he went to an ENT, and so they, scoped down his throat, and it was just like, you have cancer.
After surgery, radiation, and chemo, Scott's okay, but it certainly fueled her fight against cancer. Her proudest achievement, raising money for cancer research, being a part of the American Cancer Prevention Study, and the role the Suncoast played in that study.
We're the top in the whole state for enrollees.
But her position has been eliminated.
We're consolidating our efforts. We're eliminating some positions to not be duplicating what people are doing. And for me, that's, I was impacted by it.
She's determined to find a new job she is passionate about.
I want to find something that resonates with me just as much as the American Cancer Society has and still will.
And her life lesson?
Be slow to judge people and be quick to be kind to people.
Over the past 20 years, Cynthia Dunlap has done everything possible to help everyone here on the Suncoast who got cancer and their family. And she's worked tirelessly to raise money to find a cure and a prevention for this disease. Cynthia, we wish you every joy and every success on your new journey. Linda Carson, ABC 7 for Suncoast News.
Her father and her husband had cancer.
I know.
And she lost her job now due to budget cuts, so I hope she finds something even better. She's a very talented person, obviously.
I know, obviously. Continuing that fight in efforts against cancer.
That's right. 5:22 right now, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. We'll tell you why billionaire Bill Gates is making the largest donation to charity in the past 17 years.
And coming up at 5:30, a public memorial set to get underway today for Heather Heyer, the woman killed in the Charlottesville car attack. We'll hear from her father ahead of that service. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
School photos. There's Kendall Perkins from the Imagine School in Palmer Ranch. Lovely young uniform on Kendall.
She looks very happy. Oh, yes, and Joseph Iacobelli, I think is how you pronounce that. He is ready for, I think it's a second grade.
Yeah,
watch out, second grade.
Watch out, second grade. And there's Mia Nicole Vasquez. Thank you to all of our parents who sent the pictures this way. If you want to take part, here's how you do it. You can send to any of us there at our respective Facebook pages. We'll get those photos right in the air. I think tomorrow we'll show our pictures.
We will. We certainly will. Those are pretty entertaining. You've got some great ones.
Well, you got John Scalzi in a cowboy hat, a badge?
No, I wish. That would be that would be worse than good money.
that was last Halloween, actually. Welcome back. 5:26 right now.
Well, Amazon Prime customers on several college campuses can now pick up what they've ordered in just a matter of minutes.
And a tweet from former President Barack Obama is now the most liked tweet ever. ABC's Diane Macedo and Candace Gibson have details.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon takes on the convenience store.
It's launched Instant Pickup. Users place their order for basic supplies via the app and then pick them up within 2 minutes.
Well, so far there are only 5 instant pickup sites nationwide, but Amazon expects to roll out more soon. And President Obama has set a record for the most liked tweet.
His response to the Charlottesville violence has been liked 3 million times. The president quoted Nelson Mandela saying, "No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion." It's also the 5th most retweeted tweet ever. And Microsoft founder Bill Gates is proving to be the philanthropy king.
Yeah, he recently gave 64 million shares of Microsoft to his foundation. Those shares are worth $4.6 billion.
Bill and Melinda Gates have donated $35 billion since 1994.
And still the richest man around. Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Quicken Loans.
Andre is an air traffic controller. When it comes to planning the best routes, nobody does it better. He's also a championship-winning football coach. Look at that formation. But when it comes to mortgages, he's less confident. Fortunately for Andre, there's Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. It's simple, so he can understand the details and be sure he's getting the right mortgage. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently.
What makes a Lipton meal? First you start with this, then add this and this face. Wait, we can do better. Yeah, that's the one. And fresh brewed Lipton iced tea. That can wait. Oh, but not you, buddy. Bring everyone together with the refreshing taste of Lipton iced tea.
If you use denture paste instead of Seabond seals, your dentures may not hold as strong all day. Only Seabond has gradual release technology, so it holds 75% stronger all day versus the leading paste without the ooze. Seabond, stronger hold all day.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-319-0237.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-319-0237.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
This half hour on Good Morning Suncoast, strong reaction to the president's comments on protests, counter-protests, and Confederate monuments. We'll have both sides of the debate.
Plus, video released of a tanker rescue by Coast Guards nearly 13 miles offshore. We'll tell you why the call was made for help.
And 10 million visitors per month are coming to Florida. 10 million. So where are they mostly coming from? Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, up to 5:32 now on your Wednesday, August the 16th. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi. Good morning, John.
Good morning. I don't know where those 10 million visitors are coming from, but they're all driving down 41. I can tell you that much.
That is very true.
Good call.
We've got some clear skies across the region right now, not much in the way of any kind of cloud cover. We had some earlier thunderstorm activity over on the other coast and some blow-off cloud was around. That's pretty much dissipated, though. Looking at Titan radar, it should be a dry commute for you. Daytime highs top out near 90, and there is a slight chance of rain, mostly around the noontime hour, but otherwise, most of the activity will be inland and isolated. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you. Checking First Alert traffic now. Manatee County showing some buildup already, mostly on State Road 70 in both directions around 301. Farther south now into Sarasota County. The only blip we really see is at the edge of Bee Ridge out by Cattleman and the interstate heading eastbound. In South County, all clear at 5:33 on your Wednesday morning.
Topping our news this hour, violent attacks and bullying are all too often part of going back to school.
Some Suncoast students are learning techniques to defend themselves. Let's go live now to Jess Dowdrick, live on Fruitville Road at Clark's Self-Defense. Jess, good morning.
Good morning, Jacqueline and Ray. This morning, I'm taking you through some self-defense moves that students on the Suncoast are learning here at Clark's Self-Defense. And believe it or not, it's the same moves that adults learn. That way, if something happens on their way to school or on the playground or wherever they may be, they're able to protect themselves. Just a few minutes ago, I showed you a move called the rear choke. Let's take a look at another one. In this scenario, the victim is on a run when an attacker comes from behind her, taking her to the ground. Clark says it's important to face your attacker when you can to identify him or her. In this situation, the victim uses her legs to grip the attacker's neck and choke him until she feels safe enough. Then she lets go of her grip, hitting the attacker with her feet as she flees.
It's so important to have that confidence level where kids feel so confident that they don't even need to engage in any kind of serious situation where if they see trouble, they walk away. I tell my kids, best thing to take the high road.
Now, Clark says you always need to be alert of your surroundings because once an attacker gets in your comfort zone, they're already too close. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, I'll show you yet another move that these students are learning to protect themselves. For now, live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Jess. 5:35 now.
Switching gears now to that explosive news conference at Trump Tower yesterday. President Donald Trump reigniting the firestorm of controversy over his response to the deadly violence in Charlottesville, Virginia, triggered by white nationalists.
The president defended his initial statement and said there are very fine people on both sides. ABC's Emily Raw has the latest from Washington.
That was a horrible, horrible day. Wait a minute, I'm not finished. I'm not finished, fake news.
President Trump defending his decision to wait 2 days to condemn the white supremacist in Charlottesville by name.
I didn't wait long. I wanted to make sure, unlike most politicians, that what I said was correct, not make a quick statement.
The president not addressing the fact the First Lady, his daughter Ivanka Trump, and the Vice President all condemned the racism before he did, but instead seeming to once again spread the blame.
What about the alt-left that came charging at the, as you say, the alt-right? Do they have any semblance of guilt?
President Trump also defending some of the initial protesters who took to the streets in the Unite the Right rally.
I've condemned neo-Nazis. I've condemned many different groups, but not all of those people were neo-Nazis, believe me.
Reaction to the president's latest comments, swift. Republican Speaker of the House Paul Ryan saying we must be clear, white supremacy is repulsive. This bigotry is counter to all this country stands for. There can be no moral ambiguity.
I watched the press conference and said, get your shoes on, we're leaving, and we came down.
And hundreds of demonstrators once again gathering at Trump Tower. But from the former leader of the KKK, immediate praise. David Duke thanking the president on Twitter for his honesty and courage.
And this morning, the fallout continues. Now 6 members have pulled out of the president's manufacturing council. President Trump brushing off those departures and biting back, saying the companies are just embarrassed because they outsource manufacturing. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
New details this morning on the public memorial service set for today for the woman that was killed in the Charlottesville car attack. Services honoring Heather Heyer will be held at the city's Paramount Theater. 32-year-old Heyer was killed when a car plowed into a crowd of counter-protesters at a white nationalist rally. Heyer's father, Mark, has a message for the suspected driver who hit and killed his daughter.
I don't hold any ill will toward this young fella that did this. He's stupid, okay? He's only 20 years old. He don't have sense enough to make a lifelong decision about nothing. You know, I forgive him. Flat out, just I forgive him.
The suspected driver, James Alex Fields Jr., is facing second-degree murder among many other charges. Fields had his first hearing on Monday and is due in court again next week. No bond was set as he remains behind bars this morning.
In Houston, the mayor is there calling for a review of the city's Confederate monuments. Mayor Sylvester Turner says he doesn't want to commit to a full removal, but wants to evaluate the appropriateness of each monument. This comes after a petition with 5,000 names calling for full removal of statues. Houston is home to the Spirit of the Confederacy in Sam Houston Park. That statue was put up by the Daughters of the Confederacy in 1908. Also, police have arrested this woman in connection to pulling down a Confederate statue in Durham, North Carolina. 22-year-old Takaya Thompson facing felony charges for property damage. Police say cell phone video catches her tying a rope around the statue before it was brought down. Protesters demanded police not charge Thompson, but the sheriff said she will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
In other national news this morning, voters in Alabama took to the polls last night for a special primary election. Former Alabama Supreme Court Justice Roy Moore and Senator Luther Strange both advanced to a Republican primary runoff. Moore had 40% of the vote. Strange, who was backed by President Trump and Mitch McConnell, had 32%. The election was called to fill Jeff Sessions' seat after he became Attorney General. The runoff vote is now set for September 26th before the general election ballots are cast on December 12th.
Back in the Gulf Coast of Florida, the Coast Guard now releasing video of the moment's crews rescued a man from a 550-foot tanker some 13 miles west of Egmont Key. Here it is. Crew members on the tanker called for help, saying the man was suffering from heart attack-like symptoms. Well, a boat from the station in Cortez and a helicopter from Clearwater were both launched. The chopper hoisted the man and flew him to Tampa General Hospital, where he now remains in stable condition. New numbers on Florida tourism show an increase over the last year at this time. For the first 6 months of the year, we had 61 million visitors. That's 4% more than last year. The numbers also show that increases from other states, while the number of foreign visitors is slightly down. Earlier this year, some GOP legislators wanted to cut funding to Florida tourism marketing by 2/3, but were able to reach a deal with the governor to keep the agency's budget intact.
Well, it's a once-in-a-lifetime event, and it's happening in the middle of the work and school day, and that's why both the Sarasota and Manatee County school districts are making plans for the solar eclipse on Monday. The partial eclipse on the Suncoast will happen between 1:15 and 4:15 in the afternoon. In Manatee County, all outdoor activities during those hours will be moved indoors. School officials are worried about students looking at the sun without any eye protection, and principals and staff will keep bus and car riders indoors until their buses or cars arrive. And all parents are being asked to talk to their children about the dangers of looking directly at the sun. Meanwhile, in Sarasota County, all outdoor activities will also be moved indoors during those peak hours. Parents will need to sign permission slips before students can participate in eclipse activities, and early dismissals will be allowed and excused.
You know, John promised us some glasses for next week.
I know, we're going to need those.
No, I'm sending you indoors. You're not going to be able to watch it. I'm sorry. We have some showers on the Suncoast coming your way. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
Editorial comment there. All right.
Not from me.
All right.
All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your first alert traffic, and we all know exercise is good for us, but what other benefits could there possibly be?
We'll take a look into what else exercise can do for you. Up next in Health Smart.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Jacuzzi is proud to present our first ever safe bathing event. The Jacuzzi walk-in tub allows you or a loved one to take a safe and relaxing bath. Never climb in and out of a regular bathtub again. Our walk-in tub offers a low step-in threshold, fast drain technology, soothing hydrotherapy, and even a shower handle. Regain bathing independence with a Jacuzzi walk-in tub and enjoy spending more time with loved ones. Why wait any longer? During our safe bathing event, save $750 on a new walk-in tub. Receive $250 in safety upgrades and a $100 Visa gift card. But if you call right now during this program, we'll double the savings to $1,500, double the safety upgrades to $500, and double it to a $200 Visa gift card with your walk-in tub purchase. Call right now to save double on a new walk-in tub. Call now.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Every child follows a path in life.
For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local boys and girls clubs. Great futures start here.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. AND services.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Another warm start to your morning thanks to the dew point value again in the mid-70s. So it's kind of a steamy start to the day. The steam bath around here in the afternoons is just amazing. I was outside working on the lawn yesterday and oh my goodness, you couldn't drink enough water. 79, as I mentioned, the air temperature. We have a fairly clear sky out there, east-southeast wind coming in. We'll be watching that east-southeast wind switch a little bit more westerly in the afternoon as the sea breeze begins to develop. A few scattered showers along the coastline. Otherwise, some pretty quiet conditions. We had some more dry air kind of filtering in again today. That's going to reduce our rain chances to well below average for this time of year. Don't expect to see a lot in the way of thunderstorm activity. We have a chance at an isolated shower near the coast during the first half of the day, and then everything moves inland and dissipates as we head into the evening hours with that dry air around. Really, we got a couple more days of lower than average rain chances. By the time we get to the weekend, though, I think the rain chances will start to go up as that dry air gets replaced by a little bit more moisture. And the reason is GERT will continue to move away from the United States. High pressure will build in. We'll start to see that westerly wind develop again today, pushing those showers toward the other coast. And we have a mostly dry day with only isolated showers. Lots of sunshine around, though. If you're going to the beach today, UV index will be high, so be sure and slather on that sunscreen. Active tropics, though, my goodness, they're lined up across the Atlantic basin. Of course, we've got GERT that could become a hurricane. It could become a rather strong hurricane. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And then these three systems, all of which have a chance at becoming stronger storms. We'll look at the first two as this last one is just coming off the coast of Africa and is so far away. These two systems will have forecast tracks that, well, for the first one anyway, carries it through the Caribbean. And then the second one we'll have to watch pretty carefully as it may have a track that's a little bit further to the north. So we'll continue watching that one. Again, we're looking at about 5 days down the road here, so there's plenty of time. The second system, which has, as I mentioned, a 40% chance of development, has a widespread 5 days out. There's no model consensus yet. So it's in a position that requires us to keep note right straight through the weekend on what becomes of it and where it heads. There's a lot of dry air for it to fight, so we'll wait and see exactly what happens. Now, GERT continues to be a 90-mile-an-hour hurricane, almost a Category 2 hurricane, and probably will become that by tomorrow, and then tracks rapidly off into the open waters of the Atlantic, where 24 hours after it becomes a Category 2 storm with maybe 100-mile-an-hour winds, we'll watch it dissipate into a little bit more than just a low-pressure area as it heads off toward Iceland eventually. We'll watch that system kind of dissipate in the open waters. A northwest wind at about 10 knots for you today on open waters, making it a good boating day, really. 2-foot seas, just a light chop on your bay and inland waters. And a couple of tides to talk about. A 7:20 high tide, a low tide at 4:09, and another high tide this evening at 10:49. So here's your eclipse forecast. Currently, now we have the right to, of course, review this, but it looks like about with an 80% eclipse here on the Suncoast at about 2:51 in the afternoon, you'll be having partly cloudy skies, and those clouds may build in a little bit as we head into the evening hours. We have a frontal boundary that'll be kind of sagging south across the state, so that may help aid in a southeasterly wind, which will return us to more seasonable thunderstorm chances. But for the next several days anyway, daytime highs will top out in the low 90s with about a 20 to 30% chance of rain. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Love that solar eclipse forecast. Taking a look at traffic this morning in Manatee County, State Road 70 and 301 seeing an increase in traffic, just your normal slowdowns as your morning commute gets underway. As we head into Sarasota County, Bee Ridge and Clark Road heading towards I-75, seeing some more cars on the roadway. 41 looking clear, though, as you're heading into South County. Quiet throughout that area as well this morning. In this hour's Health Smart, we all know the benefits of exercise, such as helping you lose weight and living a longer life. But Kim Hutcherson shows us there are other ways exercise can help you in today's Health Minute.
Everyone knows physical activity offers a variety of perks, from stamina to strength to longevity. Here are some benefits you might not know about. Exercise can help you sleep better. Studies have shown the benefits are comparable to medication or behavioral therapy. Regular exercise can mean fewer colds. One study found that people who exercised regularly were half as likely to develop colds as those who didn't, and research suggests that exercise boosts the immune system. Working out is linked to better eye health. Studies show that people who are physically active have a lower risk of cataracts and age-related macular degeneration. Exercise may be good for your hearing. Research has linked better fitness levels with better hearing, and a survey of nearly 70,000 nurses found that those who exercise regularly had a lower risk of hearing loss. Finally, physical activity may help you out in the bathroom. Moderate exercise may decrease chances of constipation and urinary incontinence. So get moving, and all these benefits and more could be yours. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
It all comes back to exercise.
I guess so.
9 before 6 o'clock right now. Still heading Good Morning Suncoast. We'll update the day's top news headlines. And a North Dakota farmer helps some Canadian geese in need.
We'll tell you how he now hopes to help the flock of birds when we come back.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order.
I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Welcome back. 5:54 this morning. Here are some of the top stories on the Suncoast today.
With the eclipse set for Monday, local schools are making sure kids aren't outside during the 3-hour event. They're concerned about students hurting their eyes without protective eyewear.
Plus, funeral services are set for Saturday for the longtime head of the Chamber of Commerce in Venice. John Ryan died suddenly of a heart attack last weekend.
And in the first 6 months of the year, Florida had 61 million tourists. That's 4% more than last year. Experts saw a slight drop, though, in foreign tourism.
Finally this hour, a North Dakota man and his geese are turning heads, some even calling Adam Gettle the Goose Whisperer. He's a hunter and an outdoorsman, and now he's a caretaker for these orphaned geese. When Adam leaves for work in the morning, one goose named Wilbur flies right alongside his pickup truck, just inches away from Adam. Adam says this is a good thing as he wants Wilbur and the others to learn to migrate just like other geese. How cute.
That is so
Wilbur.
cute.
I like the name, Wilbur.
When I first moved down here, I had some those ducks, what do you call them, Muscovy ducks, hanging around my door, and I'd throw them breadcrumbs. I'd throw them bread. My neighbor said, "Stop doing that." These ducks would come around each time I came home looking for more bread.
Yeah, a lot of people consider them kind of nuisances on their property because of their bathroom habits.
And they're not always pretty either.
True.
Yeah.
More local news and also more back-to-school pictures in 3 minutes. Stay with us.